Hey, what's up guys, this is Varun here back again with another amazing SparkAI tutorial for you guys. In today's video we're gonna make this effect which you're seeing on the screen right now, which is having a glasses, that is a fire glass, and also some form of a fire type shader on it and a black and white filter. With that being said, hit that thumbs up button and let's get started. I'm really sorry guys for not being consistent lately. I haven't uploaded a single video from last 4 months. I was really busy with the client work and I was also upgrading my setup. You can see a photo of my setup on the screen right now. And I'm also planning something really exciting for you guys. The thing is, many of the tutorials that I make and the other creators make, they assume that you already know the basics of SparkAI, which by my experience I know 50 to 60% people don't know the basics of using SparkAI. SparkAI is really simple, but they do need to know a few things before following any tutorial. So for that, what I have done is I am conducting a live workshop to teach you guys the basics of SparkAI, and in the process you will be building a 10 or more than 10 filters for your account, for your Instagram account, and the live classes will be for 7 days. If you're interested, you can just go into the link down below and you can put your email there and you will get notified whenever that cohort goes live. That is just a quick announcement. Now let's get started with the tutorial and let's do this. So once you open SparkAI Studio, then right now I have switched it to my video. You can select any video from the simulator or you can use your own face. Now what I'll do is, first thing is we need to create the black and white LUT filter for our image. So what I'll do is I'll go and add a canvas, and inside the canvas I'll add a rectangle. We need 3 rectangles. One is for camera, one is for person segmentation, and another one is for the fire. So just duplicate this rectangle 3 times, right click on it and select duplicate. You can also use the shortcut Ctrl D. Let me just enable my keys, just a second. Okay, now you should be able to see the keys that I'm pressing. Okay, I'll just click on Ctrl D. The first one will be camera, the second one will be our fire, and third one will be our person. Then we need to create materials for all 3. Go here and click on add asset and create a material. Duplicate this material 3 times because we have 3 rectangles here. So use the same shortcut, that is Ctrl D, 2 times. So first one is camera, second one is fire, and third one is a person. Okay, now select all of this using shift and change them to flat type of material. And what you do is you select all these rectangles and you need to adjust them to fit the screen size. Now we need to place these rectangles and adjust their size. So select all of the rectangles and in the inspector panel select them and place them in the middle, and then change this to relative and make it 100%, and again make it center so that it fills out the whole screen. Then we need to add our glasses. So I'll just name this as fire. I'll just remove this for now. We'll add our face tracker. The glasses will be tracked to our face, so we'll add a face tracker and add a plane. I have the glasses and the frame separately. Let me just open that. As you can see, I have the frame here and I also have the glasses. These both are separate, so I will need 2 planes for that. So I'll just duplicate the plane, and one will be called glasses and the second one will be called frame. Then we need to create materials for these also. So just click on add asset and create a material. The first one will be glasses and second one will be frame. Okay, and select both of them and make sure they are flat materials. Then select the glasses plane and click on plus icon and select the glasses material, and select the frame material, click on plus icon and select the frame material. And we also haven't assigned our camera and fire and also the person material, so click on the camera rectangle and click on the plus icon beside material and assign the camera material to it. Similarly do that for fire and person. Okay, we'll adjust that later. So first what we'll do is we'll put our glasses here. So I'll just drag these textures into the Spark asset manager. So drag this into Spark, and always remember that whenever you drag any textures you need to enable no compression, so that there is no error later, because Spark generally takes a lot of time to compress. But I hear that that issue is fixed in the latest version of Spark, that is version 100. That is the latest version as of 27th of October. Now I'm using version 99. You can use any version for this tutorial. Now what I will do is go to the glasses material and select the glasses texture. Go to the frame material and select the frame texture. As you can see, the glasses are really small right now. I'll adjust their size to match my face. Use this, you can use this shortcut T, E and R to move around this. T is used for scale and R is used for rotation, and E is used for movement. So I'll use T. I'll make them big. I'll move them upwards, and we need them a little bit back and a little bit forward. No, okay. Then the rotation needs to be 0, so make the rotation 0. Okay, and pause this and adjust its scale. Okay, now we have our glasses on our face. Now let's just work on our black and white LUT filter. To add the LUT, we also need patches. These patches are in the patches folder. Don't worry, you will receive the link to all of this in the description down below, where you can download these for free. We are going to use Perlin noise to create the fire. I will tell more about the Perlin noise later, but it was created by Josh Beckwith. I will also give a link to his video also. My video is stuttering a lot. Let's just restart it. Okay, now we need to drag these patches into the asset manager. Now we have all of the elements we need to create this filter. Let's start creating this. Now we need to enable the patch editor. Go to the workspace icon and click on show or hide patch editor. Then I'll make this smaller. So the first thing we need to do is we need to assign the material. We already assigned the materials for them, and we still don't have the camera texture and the person segmentation texture from the camera object. So click on the camera object and click on the texture extraction, so we get the camera texture, and again click on the camera object and click on the segmentation, and here we select person because we need person segmentation. You can also apply this on hair segmentation also, and you can experiment with that later. Now we'll enable this. Next we go to the camera material and select the texture as camera texture, and we'll disable the fire material for now. And then we go to the person material and select the texture as the camera texture. But as you can see, if I only select the person rectangle and if I move it around, it does not have any person segmentation. It only has the camera texture. So we need to separate the person from the text, from the camera texture. How do we do that? To do that, go to the person material and click on this check mark beside alpha, then select the alpha mask as the person segmentation. So here what you do is, whenever you select this person and drag it around, as you can see right now only the person, that is the user, is segmented from the background. That is what we need. Next we need to apply black and white LUT filter to this. How do we do that? To do that, you need to import the fast color LUT patch. It is also created by Josh Beckwith. You will find all of these links in the description down below. I'll just duplicate it 2 times. We need one for the background and one for the user, and we need to click on the camera and the fire and the person material and click on this patch button. By clicking this button you will create a patch in the patch editor for this. So we have got one is person, one is camera. Then we need to drag the black and white LUT. This LUT is created in Photoshop. This will also be available for free in the description down below. And if you want to get the completed file, then you can get it on Gumroad for a minimal cost. Then you don't need to worry about creating this. You can just upload that as it is. Then we need to connect the LUT in the LUT ports, and we need to connect the camera texture in the camera port. As you can see, it's breaking right now because it is looking for a texture, that is the camera texture. So drag the camera texture into the patch editor and connect the camera texture into the texture of both. And as you can see, we have the black and white LUT enabled on the person and the background. So what we need to do right now is, we need to create that fire. Creating the fire is really not that difficult, but understanding those elements is a little bit difficult. For that, what I suggest is, you can go to Perlin tutorial made by Josh Beckwith, where he has explained why he has used the materials for more information. Right now we are going to use that same logic for our filter to create fire, as you saw in the beginning of this video. So let's now create that fire. Okay, now I will still not enable the fire material for now. Let's keep it as invisible. First thing you need to do is, you need to double click here and search for vertex attribute, and you need to search for texture coordinates. Then you need to search for fragment stage. By the way, you can learn about any of these patches by right clicking on them and going to patch info, and you can also Google the information about them. But if I keep explaining all of this, it might be complicated. So what I advise you to do is experiment with different things and see what results you get. That way it is faster for you to learn a lot of things in less time. So next what you will do is, you will drag the output port of fragment stage and search for a multiply. And next we go to the output port of multiply and search for add. Okay, now we need to again drag the output port of add and search for again modulo. We'll keep the value of modulo as 1. Then you need to drag the output port of modulo and search for texture sampler, and you need to connect the modulo output to the UV channel of the texture sampler. And in the texture port of the texture sampler, we need to feed it the noise texture. So drag the noise texture into the patch editor and connect it to the texture sampler. Now copy the texture sampler and remove that modulo port, because we'll connect that to another add. So copy this add and connect that to another modulo, so we need to drag it and connect it and connect it to the texture sampler, and then we need to search for a runtime patch and connect the runtime to multiply, then drag that multiply into this second value, and again drag the output port of that and search for another multiply. There are a lot of multiply nodes used here, so connect it over here. Okay, then we need to take the both of these texture samplers and we need to blend it using a blend patch. So drag the color output of the texture sampler and search for a blend and connect both of them, then select it, make it difference, blend mode will be difference, and then we need to go for output port and search for contrast, and right click on this patch and make it a patch group, connect it to the texture, then drag the output port of contrast and search for exposure. By the way, this exposure and the contrast patches are made by Josh Beckwith, so you need to import them before using them. I will give a link to his GitHub a repository in the description down below where you can find all of these patches to download. Now make it a patch group again, because I generally like to use it that way. By the way, I will explain you why the contrast and the exposure patches will be used later. Next we need to drag this output into a texture distortion, shader. Again, this is also a custom patch. Drag that into the distorted texture. Then we need to connect the person segmentation and the RGB node of the camera. So what I will do is I will drag the RGB node of camera into the pack. We'll change it to vector 2. So one will be the RGB channel from the camera and another will be person segmentation. So drag the person segmentation into the patch editor and connect the alpha of the person segmentation into the pack and connect this pack into the texture. Now we need to connect this to our fire material. So enable the fire and click on this right arrow beside texture. It will make a patch and drag that into the this. As you can see, it's still not visible right now. Let me just disable the person. So as you can see, it is still not working. For it to work, we need to input some values. So what I will do is I will change this to a video from the simulator and you can see the changes as we make them. So the first value we need to change is the contrast. So go to the contrast and make it as 0.75 and then make the exposure value as 2.5. As you can see, we already have some sort of distortion in the background. I'll just change the video to this video. As you can see, we have got that type of fire, type of particles. We still need to adjust few things. So go here and change this multiply value to -1. By the way, you can experiment with these values and come up with your own values. This is what I found to be working. Make this 0.1 and I'll make this 0.75. So the fire is kind of slow right now. I think we still need to add something here. Okay, we need to add this here so we get this type of distortion. And you can see the particles or the fire material is not correct right now. It's kind of pixelated and it's not glowing also. So to fix that, go to the fire material and change the blend mode to add, so it looks like this. And you can also change its color to whichever color you want, so it looks like this. And also you can see that we do not see any, we don't see any glass. Okay, we see the glasses. Another thing you need to do is you need to select all the materials and go into the alpha advanced render options and disable write to depth and use depth test, so we don't get any errors. As you can see, our filter is ready. We will add more functionality to this. The thing which we'll add is we'll add a slider to control the color of this fire, a fire type looking Perlin noise. By the way, this is called as Perlin noise. So for that, what you can do is you can make the fire material as white, and then you can drag adjust color shade node here and make it a patch group, connect the output to the fire, and then connect a multiply node and make it a color multiplier, and connect it to the texture. Then you need to change this value to absolute red. Now we will control the hue of this red using a slider. So what you can do is you can go here into the project and go to edit properties and disable Facebook, because Facebook does not allow using slider UI. So disable Facebook. Then what you can do is double click here and search for a slider UI, make it visible, then drag the output node of slider UI and put it into the hue. Right now, as you can see, if I make the slider value as 0.25, the color of the fire shader changes, and this is how you can make this type of cool effect. And one more thing, what you can do is you can also change the color of the glasses. For that, what we'll do is we'll duplicate this adjust color shader, and we will create a patch for the glasses, and we'll remove this texture and we'll drag the glasses texture into the patch editor, connect this to the texture channel and connect this here. And when I change this value to 0.1, both the glasses and the fire color is same. As you can see, I accidentally click on Control S. So if I change this to 0.3, the glasses color and the fire color is same. How cool is that, right? You can now you can control the fire color using the slider in this filter. Let me just demonstrate that in my phone. So to send this filter to your phone, you just need to go to the test on device button at the bottom here and click on send to app and go to send to Instagram camera. So it will send that filter to your Instagram camera, where you'll get a notification on your phone which you can click on and try this filter, or you can open this test link and you can copy this link and send it to someone else. Whoever receives this link can try your filter without it being approved. This is used for testing purposes. So let's just go in our phone and try this filter. Okay, as you can see, the filter is on my phone and I can also control its color. How cool is that? Let me just record a video with it. Let me save that video. And that's it guys, that is how you can create this fire glasses cool Instagram filter. And if you end up creating this filter, do tag me on Instagram at @vr7.tech. And if you have any doubts, you can ask them in the comment section or on the DMs of Instagram. I try to answer all of them because I get a lot of queries regarding this. So for that I have created a live cohort, which I have told you at the beginning of this video. Whenever the live cohort will be released, I will send you an email that it's released. To make sure that you receive the notification whenever the live cohort is released, make sure you go into the link and put in your email, and once it's live it will be sent to you. And most probably it should be live by November 5 or November 6, I don't know for sure, but whenever it will be live you'll get the notification first. That's it for this video guys. I hope you learned something. From now on onwards I will try to be more regular on YouTube, and I will also be putting some learning content on my Instagram also. Make sure you follow me there. Until next time, take care, bye bye.